Hello Foxglove friends, welcome to today's reading. I am Rosalind and this is Luna Boo. Oh, she's gone down. She is dressed as Santa today, just for your joy, but you can't see her now. She'll probably come back in a bit. So, you can go to the timestamps as always, which are in the description. But before you go, I just want to keep sharing to make sure you don't miss out, because you might be new to the channel or you might not watch every single one of my videos. But I am doing a very special life-changing offer that's got an early bird pricing for if you get in before the 1st of January. Now this offer will utterly change your life. It clears away anger, sadness, fear, hurt and guilt from now all the way back through your past. So if you get anxiety or if you've got some anger issues or difficulties where you don't feel at peace as you go through life, it clears so much of that. We then change repeated patterns in your life so that you don't keep going through the same thing, and we use your subconscious and unconscious mind to do that. We also do past life regression, get you in tune with your higher self, get you in alignment with your soul self. So this is called the Return to Wholeness package. It will positively impact on your life from now all the way into your future. Because as you change what's happening on the inside, so you clear away emotions that might be creating blocks for you now, whether it's blocks in relationships, whether it's blocks in having the right career, blocks in how you live your life, blocks in happiness, all of those sorts of things. It clears all of that and then helps you to get in touch with the spiritual and more soul element of who you are, so that you can live in alignment with your true self. So there are more details about that on my website, but I just keep wanting to share it with you so that you don't miss the opportunity, because it's not recorded in any way. It's working with me one-to-one. So as my diary fills up, anybody who comes in later will need to start a bit later in the year, because it's a 10-week program. So, and I only have a certain amount of hours in a day or a week. So please do get in fast. Like I say, there's early bird pricing before the 1st of January. You can book this on the Let's Talk page of my website, but the details of the Return to Wholeness package are on my website and the link is in the description. So we shall now get into your reading, Foxglove friends, and we're going to look at what magical miracles are happening for you. Because if you're watching this on the day that I release it, you might have just had experiences because of the full moon in which you feel like you might be returning to things from the past. So it can, certain things have come up where it's kind of gone, you experienced this years ago, but here you might experience it again. It's kind of nudging on people a little bit. And it's because it's the last full moon of the year, so it's asking us to clear and understand and learn lessons from things from the past, so that we can fully release them and don't have to go through those experiences again. But to help with that progress, I thought I'd have a look at what magical miracles are coming in, because it is the festive season and it's all about miracles at this time of year. So wishing you a very happy festive season. I hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, please do like and subscribe. It helps to grow my channel so that I can keep making more videos for you and more people alike. Timestamps are in the description, Foxglove friends. So the readings today are as follows for what magical miracles are coming in for you now. We have got pile 1, you're very close to achieving your goal with the gibbous moon. We have got pile 2, bring love into the situation with the new moon in Aquarius. And we have got pile 3, a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. So just take a few moments to breathe in, to see which card calls out to you, And then the timestamps are in the description and you can go straight to your reading. Enjoy your reading, Foxglove friends. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to today's reading. So, you have picked that you're very close to achieving your goal card with the gibbous moon. Now, gibbous actually means bulging. So, at the moment, the energy around you is bulging with potential. Whatever you, well, almost like you're about to give birth to something. So, you may actually be about to give birth, or there may be something that you've been working on to bring to fruition, whether it's a new project, a new idea, something creative, or a new relationship even. There's something that you've been working towards that is about to come to fruition. So do stay focused, don't give up. It's time to reflect on where you've been and what you're coming into. Now, whether you know what this is or not, this is a very auspicious, positive card. And I love this card. The imagery is just wonderful, because if you ever stand looking out at a clear, starry sky with a big moon in it, you can feel the magic of the universe within you. It's awe-inspiring. And that mystical, magical, starry night feeling is coming into fruition. It's coming down into the 3D world. So something really brilliant is about to happen for you, Pile 1. Maybe you're moving house. Maybe you're moving into a new home. There's all sorts of potential and possibilities here. So I'm going to put this to the side, and then we shall have a little look. I want to look at what has been going on for you, just briefly, because that helps, I think, to know where you're going. What's been going on for Pile 1, please, Spirit? So I'll get a couple of cards out. We've got admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. So as part of this, you may have been on a journey where people have possibly doubted what you're doing. People have possibly thought maybe that you're making the wrong decision, or they haven't necessarily believed in what you're doing. Or, you know, when we are birthing something into fruition, sometimes it's very hard for other people to understand it because they're using their logical mind. But when you're truly in tune with the energy of something new, it can be really hard to explain it until you bring it fully into the 3D world. So until you bring it fully into consciousness or into something tangible that's that other people can actually see and feel and grasp at a very conscious level. And it can take a lot of bravery and willpower and self-acceptance to continue along those lines with something of that nature. But it also might be that you've started to learn more about yourself, that you've started to do the work on yourself to accept yourself as you are, so that you can be a new you. Nurturing, yeah, perhaps. Well, you've nurtured something. You've nurtured something into being. So this is what's been going on. I'm just going to pop in here at this point. If you do want to work with me on the 10-week program, there's an early bird offer if you book in before the 1st of January. Just check that out in my description. It helps to return you to wholeness. So it clears away any negativity from the past, changes patterns so that you don't keep repeating them. There's past life regressions, tuning into your higher self, inner child work, all in a 10-week program that's one-to-one with me. It's not pre-recorded. You'd work with me directly. So just check that out if it resonates. in my description, but we can see here that you have been working towards something. It's a very clear picture, that you've taken great care. I'm going to show you this closer because it's so amazing. So you might see just here, all there, that's all animals. So within her are all the colours and animals, and there's lots of flying animals. So there's been a lot of transformation, and look how this person is putting the rainbow energy down into the earth. So what you're doing is almost like something that's been guided by heaven, guided by the divine, whether that shifts and changes within you or whether it's something that you're creating, that you're bringing into the world, even if it is an actual child. It's such a divine, miraculous experience to bring a soul through the portal into this reality. It's miraculous. So whatever you are doing is very, very special, pile one. I'm going to get one more card about what has been going on for you. I feel like we've had a build up. We've had a build up to this moment. Oops. Seven of Gifts. Yeah, so the Seven of Gifts is wonderful because sevens show that you're on the right track, pile one. Gifts is Pentacles, so this will show that you have, all of these cards are basically saying that you've worked towards something, you've been building on something. The Seven of Gifts shows, usually in a lot of cards, there's a tree with the roots going into the ground, so you've been rooting something, you've been bringing something into fruition, and that's what's been happening. So let's see what is coming for you, pal. One, I think I can almost guess that it's going to burst into reality, and we're about there. And the time has come where, you might have to face all of the elements of when something is birthed into the world then, because, just like when a new baby comes into the world, there can be a lot of work. There's a lot of excitement and a lot of focus from other people. And also you can get tired because, you've got to protect and nourish and nurture, and people want to see what you've done. It feels like you're going to come into that energy. Ancient healing wisdom, how interesting. So this is the part of the miracle that's coming to you. You may find that as you're birthing this scenario into reality, either somebody who is a shaman, and I'd just like to add that I am doing the shamanic practitioner's course, so I will be a shaman very, very soon. I've been practicing shamanic practices for quite a while, and work with some lovely, lovely shamanic friends. But this may be influencing you, so it could be to do with clearing things from the past that have. It's like stepping into a new version of who you are, shape shifting into the new you. There's something very auspicious around the shamanic element, but also just doing this I'm sorry that's sticking out there, but that does make sense because the shamanic energy is usually very connected to nature, and the cycles of life. And this is a cycle that's coming through for you, which is a positive blessing, and it's a positive, lovely experience for you. You might have been through difficulties in the past, pile one, but you are now coming into a time. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Candles. Which I think is the Knight of Swords. I'm just going to have a little look at what that specifically says, because even though they're tarot cards, they do have special individual Christmassy readings sometimes. So this one is saying about there's an element of being impulsive, enthusiastic. They love to explore and has the eagerness of travel and adventure. They know how things work and how they fit together. Sometimes, so it can be a person that is charming and sharp minded but can lack maturity and discernment sometimes, or maybe that's you. So there's an impulsiveness here. Just, I think the element around this one is too, they've kind of built what's going on. They're watching it. Just try not to be too negative or overcritical, or just be careful of anybody else who's possibly being a little bit overcritical, because they might be in their logical mind space. So swords are very much about the mind, and sometimes as we're bringing something into fruition, if people aren't believing in the same way that you do, they can be quite critical in because they think they're helping, but it might be a little bit immature in certain ways or inexperienced in what you're going through or what you're doing. Sorry, there's a little Luna Barker to cut out there. It's it's Christmas. I get cards through the post, and then she goes, "What's that at the door?" Yeah, sorry, just saying. If people are critical, it can really bring your vibration down. They think they're doing the right thing, but actually, it can really crush creativity. So be aware of that, and maybe guard against it a little bit. What miraculous, what magical miracle is coming in for pile one, please, Spirit? Oh, there is going to be travel. So this does talk about travel and adventure. An upcoming trip, sorry, proves to be life-changing in positive ways. So perhaps it's going to give you different perspective. I like the fact that it looks rather festive. So it may be around the festive season that you're going somewhere, but it might be just that it gives you clarity in your mind in certain ways, or that people are going to be more excited and positive about what you're birthing into the world, or perhaps because sometimes when we stop thinking about what we're doing, because as we're birthing something in the world, sometimes we can really, really focus on it non-stop. And then if we have a trip away, it helps us to switch off. And there are times when we switch off from what's going on, it actually brings things into fruition while we're not looking at it. It's like that whole saying of a watched pot never boils. Now, it's really not true, because, as it gets hotter, it's going to boil whether you're looking at it or not. However, the notion is there, and the sentiment is correct, that sometimes you need to give yourself a break, is what this is about, pile one. Sometimes you need to give yourself a break from it, because when you step back from it, just like if you're painting a picture and you've done loads on it and you fail to be able to see the overall effect anymore, because you're so caught up in the detail of what's there that you just can't see it anymore. So if you take a step back from it, forget about it for a while, don't look at it, then when you come back, you see it in a whole new way. You see what needs to be done, what needs to be adjusted, or if it's perfect just as it is. So there's that's not going to fit. I don't think we could fit that one up there. Let's have a little look. Sticks on the end there. So I want to get some advice for you, pile one, because it's very clear that the magical miracle is that whatever you're working on is about to come to fruition now. You are so close. This is a positive validation that it's coming into the 3D world. So be present with things that arise. Okay, so be careful not to get lost in thinking of the future. you know, of you may be busy thinking about, oh, this is how I want it to be, this is what I want to bring into fruition. It could be like this, it could be like that, and part of that's good, but you do need to be in the now, because if you're not in the now, you'll be ungrounded and you'll start to get anxious. Um, so just make sure that you're living in the very present moment, and that will help you deal with anything that you need to tackle as you go through the metamorphosis of becoming the butterfly. Hand out compliments freely. This comes up a lot recently. This is an absolutely gorgeous pack. This moment cards. The link is in the description. But there's so many cards, and they're absolutely beautifully done by a lovely friend in Asheville, North Carolina. But this card comes out a lot at the minute, and I think it's about being careful not to guard yourself or feel. When we're worried about being judged, sometimes we can judge others in preparation for if they judge us. Do you know what I mean? You can kind of go, oh, I bet they're going to say that, or I bet they're going to say this, or I'm not going to be open-hearted with them in case they hurt me because I've got something new and vulnerable coming into the world. I've put myself out there. This feels very personal, pile one, very personal indeed. But the key is, the more that you hand out compliments freely, the more that you're open-hearted, the more that you are generous in spirit, the more open you will be to receiving either information that you need about what's going on, but also to allow people in to see the wonder and brilliance of what you're actually doing. I'm going to get another guidance card for you. Spirit, can I have another guidance card for pile one, please? Oh, so it is going to bring money in a good way, in a big positive way. Look, this says debt paid off. As you turn into this beautiful butterfly, there's a butterfly there, there's butterflies everywhere. And I just said about the metamorphosis of this experience, about turning into the butterfly. I don't know if you heard me, I said it quite quietly. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. So as you follow your soul path, maybe your soul purpose as part of this, because you're getting into alignment, is going to bring in abundance, because abundance and happiness, it's all our birthright, pile one. It's going to bring in a sense of value which will shift your fiscal value. You know what I mean? So as we shift and change our sense of value within society and as a human being on the planet, it then shifts our financial value. And money is energy. So as we open our hearts, as I've just said here, to allow more in, to allow ourselves to receive by being willing to give openly as well, we will receive energy in all ways, and that includes financially. So there will be a financial positive outcome as part of this process. I am going to get you some of the bigger cards, the more auspicious cards. Not that these aren't all auspicious, sorry, pal one, that's probably the wrong word, but these ones, there's a couple I'm going to get for you now, which are much bigger. What magical miracles are happening for pile one, please, Spirit? Magical miracles are happening for pile one. Okay, interesting. It might be a bit overwhelming for you. Pile one. So this one, look, it's showing that this person here is taking time out in silence, in like darkness with little lights on, tuning into the tree, tuning into nature, because as life whips and rushes around us, which you might find happens this season, or it might be happening with what's going on with what you're birthing into reality, it can get overwhelming and it can kind of make your energy. You can pick up all sorts of worries and concerns of others. If you're too focused on the future, you can have your own anxieties. If you spend time with the trees, you can ground yourself to be present with things that arise. You can, it helps to calm your nervous system, listening to the birds. If you listen to the birds, your body knows that you're not in danger because it can hear the birds. Birds are not about if there's danger. They go away and they don't sing the songs. They kind of fly off. So if you can hear the bird song, your system, your nervous system knows that it can be calm and it's safe. So being in nature in all different ways helps to calm your nervous system. There's also here about natural remedies and flower essences, so perhaps you're working with some of those. But also, I do a lot of work with the flower essences. I use either the bark ones, BACH, or different flower essences. But if you have got a lot of fear about the future, you can use rock rose bark remedy, or you can use the mimulus, or you can also work with aspen, ASPEN, which is for if you're more spiritually or intuitively focused and you're picking up other people's fears and anxieties. Sometimes aspen bark remedy it can be really, really helpful. If you've got any queries about bark remedies, you are free to comment in the comments section, or you can contact me and we can always work together to clear these things out. If you're feeling sadness or gloom, which might be here, because you might get a bit overtired with all of this going on, or you might feel disheartened at certain points that maybe this isn't going to come to fruition. You can take the mustard bark remedy as well. That helps to clear a bit of depression or like a dark cloud over you. That can be really, really helpful. But this is showing that it is coming to fruition. So it's kind of wanting you to feel supported and validated. That's what Spirit's trying to do for you right now. I'm just seeing which card I want next, pal. One for you. What else does... I'm going to do a couple more cards just to see what else do you need to know. What else does pile 1 need to know? So we've got love life. So your love life may either be affecting this, or your romantic life may improve. And I think because as you bring things into life that you love, it can't help but improve your love life. So as you start to love life literally more, and you have a love of life, it magnetizes connections that involve love towards you, pile 1. So that's a beautiful blessing. But also, if you're in a relationship already, it might be a release of tension as this comes into being, so that improves things. But also, you just may feel happier and excited as this comes into being. And as you feel like you've achieved and accomplished something really, really great, which will reinvigorate your love of life and also your love life. Pile 1. Right, I'm going to get you one final card. One final card about, I want it about this magical miracle outcome, please, Spirit. What is the magical miracle outcome? Oh, look at that. Here is the magical miracle outcome. Good fortune is coming your way, pal 1. this is so auspicious. And as I was saying earlier, there's a lot here about the fiscal, financial, tangible money element of things. So not only is it about the fact that this, whatever's happening, will involve you getting something tangible that's of financial value, but also luck is on your side. So this is, the timing is right, is what I want to say, pal one. Spirit is supporting you through this process, and you will be supported with luck, because that's what we need, and that is really the meaning of this reading. A miraculous, a magical miracle. Sometimes we need that miracle of good luck, of good fortune, of the wheel of fortune to be in place where we are in a position of receiving greatness and support from the universe. And that is what is happening for you right now as you go through this process. That is the magical miracle that's coming in. You are truly supported as you bring a new version of you, a new version of or a new thing into the world, whatever that is. It's auspiciously supported and really, really good. I'm so pleased for you, pal one. What a wonderful reading, and what a magical, miraculous gift for Christmas if you are watching this as I post it. All my readings, generally you can watch them all around the year, so you can always come back and pick a card for the question at another point. But bless you. I'm so pleased for you, pal one, Foxglove friend. Well done. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this, please feel free to comment in the comment section. If you can like and subscribe, that helps to build my channel, which really helps me to do more readings so that I can help you even more. And remember, the Return to Wholeness package, get in before the 1st of January if you'd like to work with me. It's all in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely Christmas time. Hello, pal 2. Welcome to today's reading. You have picked the card Bring Love into the Situation. Now, actually, this card is all about fast-moving actions. If you've been waiting for something to happen, it's happening now. It might involve technology. It can, for some of you, if that resonates, it can involve technology or inventions or scientific stuff to do with emotional issues, or maybe health issues and things. But it's basically saying that don't look back. Action is happening now. It's time to take action if you need to be doing things, but swift movement is happening, and the bring love into the situation. So don't get caught up in a logical or ego element about this. Your ego steps in when it's trying to keep you protected. Tune into your heart space and feel love in your heart space so that you can travel through this change gently, peacefully, and easily without emotional drama or upset, things like that. We've got just the sliver of the moon there, so it's almost the dark side of the moon, but it's showing you that something very new is just coming to being. There's a change happening now, so that's very exciting. What we're going to do is I'm going to have a little look at what has been to try to understand that, and then we'll look at what magical miracle is coming in for you. But certainly the magical miracle is based around change, and to navigate this fast change, it's important to focus on your heart, and to allow yourself to feel love and be as loving as you can with those around you at this time. Holiday, how interesting. So Either you've been on a holiday or you've needed to take time out, is what I'm going to say. Pile 2. You might have had some clarification by taking time out, something that you've a trip away or a visit to somebody, or just not being at work in some way has allowed you, or there may have just been a period where you've been away from work in some sort of way or another, whether that's a fun holiday or taking time out because it's been necessary to take time out. Let me just see what else we've got. What else? What else has been going on? So you may have been on a trip or a visit somewhere as well. That's you might have been waiting. I feel like there's a certain element of waiting for certain changes to take place. Yeah, so you've had some sort of time out, and as the time out has been happening, you're just coming to the point where either things are coming to understanding, you're starting to emerge out of that time out, so that you're starting to go, you know which direction you're going in more. And this is why the change is happening, because you've been just hit that point where you've gone, I get the idea of where I'm going. Either people have found solutions for you, or you've found answers, or there's been a plan has started to be put into place, so that now it's happening now because you've been working towards this. Let me just get one more card about what has been going on for you. Ooh. 2 of Gifts. That's the 2 of Pentacles. So there may have been... Isn't he holding those presents in a strange way? Like they're squashing them together, which is odd. But this, usually, the 2 of Pentacles, this is about juggling ideas or juggling finances or trying to understand different aspects and juggling different things. This person has now brought those ideas together and is holding on tight to them because they've got more discernment about how they're going to progress, is what I want to say. So let's look at more about what magical miracle is coming in for pile 2 this season. What is the change? Because this is a reading for many, it might not tell me entirely specifically, but what is the change that's coming in? Oh, how interesting. So you may either be influenced by a spiritual teacher, or it may be a change where you're starting, well, you might be teaching, or you might be doing something that's more spiritual, or you might be actually getting the healing that you require, but you're shifting into something that's more in alignment with who you are. You may have had advice from a spiritual teacher, or you may just be on a path that's more in alignment now. I love the fact this does look very magical. The person is much more calmer, willing to listen, willing to hear. So you may be finding that people have helped you. That's what I'm going with. These little rabbits are like people who are helping you, have given you advice, have kind of shown you direction, and you're feeling calmer because you might have the support coming in around you, or whether that's from actual people on the 3D earth or from spirit, that you've listened to spirit and you know which direction to go in now, or the fact that you've got a spiritual group that you're moving into or working with who is there to support you. So you have got support and love and kindness coming in, is what I want to say, pile 2. Let's have a look. Spirit, what else is coming? I think, do I want a different card? I want a different card. Let's do this one. Spirit, what else is coming, please? What magical miracle is coming in for pile 2? This in itself is the support either from Spirit to guide you to the change that is happening. And there's a strong support there, or the support from loved ones or a group. That is a blessing in itself, pile 2. So I think that is a magical miracle, because it feels like such a beautiful thing in itself. 8 of Candles. So that's interesting, because something where you might have felt trapped previously. In fact, let me see if that is. Do you know what? Because in fact, I do apologise. I don't know if that's the 8 of Swords or the 8 of Wands. I think it might be the 8 of Wands, which means things are happening fast. Just let me double check. Sorry, pal, 2. I'm having a little moment of self-doubt. Yes, it's where actually things are happening very fast. Progress, action. So the miracle is that there is action taking place now, that there's progress, that, yeah, and I think this is so much about the fact that you've been waiting, that you've had a period of limbo, then things have started to make sense, and that there's more light coming into your life. This is a very much a yes card. Things are good. Things are moving forward in a positive way. You can relax now. You can enjoy being supported by others. You don't have to keep thinking and trying to figure out what to do or where to go or how it's going to change, because the change is happening now. There's positive, energetic movement somehow, which is really, really good. So this is the miraculous miracle that's happening now. You know, the changes that you have been waiting for a while for are happening, and you're almost pushed to slow down at some point previously, because other people have wanted to spend time with you maybe in certain ways, and that's possibly what it's been about, allowing yourself to. There's been a need to slow down, to take a bit of time out, to try and calm yourself in certain ways. Anyway, let me see one more about what's coming. What's coming for pile? Do I want that one? I think I want this one. What's coming in for pile 2, please? I mean, this is it seems very exciting, very positive. I'm getting the impression that you must know what the change is. Yeah, look. It can't put it any other way. It's not being specific to me about exactly what this is, because it's a reading for many. So perhaps many of you are going through different things that you've been waiting for to happen. But a win-win outcome is happening. Pile 2. It's good. The shifts and changes that are happening now are good. So feel free to celebrate. Feel free to relax and know that you know, it's a positive change for you. Let me get you some advice cards. Spirit, can I have some advice cards for pile 2, please? Laugh often. So relax now. Know that good things are coming. You know, as you engage with other people, as you go through this process, make sure that you laugh. Keep your energy light-hearted and positive, and it will help this process to go smoothly. It will help you to, if there's healing involved, it will help you to heal faster. If there's I've lost my words for a minute there. Sorry, I got so caught up with, if you laugh, it helps to keep you at a higher vibrational frequency. So we've got the spiritual element here. Maybe you are quite a spiritual person. If you laugh, it chases away the darkness. It keeps you at a higher vibrational frequency, which attracts higher vibrational frequency experiences. It attracts positive things, positive people, helps you have a nice time as you go through this big change. Yeah, focus on the now. So don't be worrying about what's going to happen in the future. Don't be focusing on the past. It's very important that you stay consciously in the present moment. Enjoy each moment as you can, to avoid anxiety, really, to stay in this nice higher vibrational energy. Sorry, something was bothering me there. To stay in this vibrational energy of positivity, of a higher vibrational frequency, it's important to be grounded in the now. If you're grounded in the now, then you can cope with what's going on, because changes can ruffle up our energy, and make us anxious and kind of, if it can make us a bit distressed sometimes. We can feel like we can't cope, but that's usually because we're ungrounded. So just focus on what's happening at each moment. Right in this moment, you are safe, everything is fine. So just keep going with that and enjoy each moment as you go through the process. So, dream time. Allow yourself. This is very interesting. So there's a big element about the creation look and what you're bringing into being, but also about being creative, and allowing yourself to have a happy dream. So that might be literally allowing yourself to dream, and sometimes that's about taking time out so that we can either daydream, or pay attention to what's coming up in your actual dreams, because they'll be telling you all sorts of things, and just be aware of what you're creating in your life. You might want to write down any dreams that you're actually having, pile 2, because that's always helpful to reflect on those, and always know that they're generally, they're quite what's the word, metaphorical. So this is also about the Aborigines of Australia. It's a place outside of time, which is lovely. How lovely. I'm just having a little look in the book what this says, just to see if there's... So it's about the world being sung into existence. So a new world is being sung into existence for you. It's really, really nice. It's about making sure that you tune into your breathing and allow yourself to sink deeply into the heart of the living creation that you are, and how important that you are, and the kind of crossover between spirit and reality. We've got quite a few spiritual things within this pile 2, so it might be about journeying or about allowing yourself to experience the support from spirit, like I've said before. I'm going to get you one more advice card, and then we'll get some outcome cards. So, we do know that things are happening at speed, but it's important to try to just relax and take your time a little bit as you go through these different experiences. You might have certain people in your life who are a bit more logical, kind of not in their heart space so much. So it could be doctors or professionals who you're working with, whether it's estate agents or legal solicitors or lawyers and certain things who are supporting you through this process. They're there. Others, it could be certain people who are fighting your corner in certain ways. They're there to support you. So you can allow yourself to go into this nice experience of floating along in it to some degree while you're being supported by others. Let me get you some of the bigger. So what does Pal 2 need to know about the magical miracles that are coming in for them? Please, Spirit. Oh, what a beautiful card. Keeper of secrets. Use your discernment to confide in a trusted friend and keep silent about knowledge. How interesting. What an interesting card that is. It looks so delicate but also protected. The colours of the pale lilac and the pale pink are very much about a gentle, unconditional love kind of energy, about healing and clearing away any negativity. And it may be important as you go through this to talk to people that you trust. There's an element of patience which you might need if maybe you will be a patient in certain ways. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But you've got to have a bit of patience and allow yourself to sit in calm and quiet and tranquility. And there's something here about that silence of not speaking. When you sit in silence and you're calm and you're in that calm, lovely energy, this is kind of showing you that that's part of where you need to be. And if you do want to speak, only talk to people who you really, really trust to support you, because otherwise you don't want to embrace a fast, worried energy. You want to keep things nice and calm. It's interesting that we've got about keeping silent within this card. It's about being not sharing. Words have a lot of magic. So even Dumbledore from Harry Potter will say that they have the power to hurt and the power to heal. So just if you're worried about saying anything that might hurt people, just keep that. Don't use your words to do that. Or if you're worried that people might say things to you, just keep your energy in a nice state. And it's all to do with being careful about words at the minute, which and not squandering your own precious thoughts. Very interesting. I'm going to put that out there. That's what it says. I'm going with that. Let me see what else we've got. What else is coming as part of the outcome of the magical miracle for pile 2, please. Oh, business venture. This is interesting. So somehow, as part of this process, it's going to open up. I didn't expect this actually. Oh no, okay, no, I do. It's going to allow you to find your foothold. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, pile 2, just with a few of these, because I feel like there's a bit of a variety of what might be going on here for certain different people. But what you're going through now, these fast changes, for some of you, it's going to allow a new business venture, a new business opportunity. So that is going to come into fruition now. That's the change that's happening. Or there's a new career opportunity, or there's just going to be new opportunities for you that are going to allow you to apply yourself in positive ways as you've gone through this change. But for many of you, it could be a new job, a new business literally that you're wanting to start, or a new project, or something new that is going to allow you to have more either energetic abundance or literally fiscal and financial abundance. So let's put that there. And then I'm going to get one more for you from this pack. Spirit, can we have? I think I'm going to need a little bit more space because these are bigger cards that I'm about to use. Spirit, please can we have an overall magical miracle outcome card for pile 2 for my Foxglove friend? I want to say, because something's just caught my eyes, I'm doing this, don't be afraid of anything that's gone wrong along the journey of this. Don't be afraid if you feel like you've acted in the wrong way or certain things haven't quite worked out a certain way, because it's all been part of the journey to get you where you are now. So it's all part of the deeper tapestry that makes up your life. I still don't know which one of those I want. Oh, okay, let's have that one. Jade Mountain. Oh, how lovely. Wow, that is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So, I'm going to have a little look at what this one says because I can't quite remember the whole bit about this. So the Jade Mountain card says, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I looked because it's perfect. Something magical soon occurs and you feel like celebrating in the magical miracle reading. So this is the outcome for you. There's something that's going to happen and you're going to be able to celebrate how positive it is. This gives you time to stop and reflect on all you have accomplished. Look back and you will realise just how far you've come. Have gratitude for all you have experienced, for every experience has served you in some way and has been for the greater good of all, which is what I was just saying about recognising that each experience has been part of the tapestry that makes you. You deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. So listen to your heart and follow its wisdom. You will intuitively know when you are on the right path. Close your eyes and quietly celebrate this moment. Be joyful and remember that you can remain joyful regardless of the circumstances you are in. For no matter what, life is beautiful. Perhaps there may be times in your life when beauty is hard to see. At such times, look within. The eternal flame of love is forever aglow within you. And there's an affirmation that goes with this card, Foxglove friend. It is, I celebrate life. I appreciate each moment. I am grateful for this sacred life and for each breath. The eternal flame of love glows forever within me. I hope you have a wonderful festive season. Pile 2, my Foxglove friend. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this, please do click on like and subscribe so that I can keep making videos for people like you and for more people like you who may benefit from my help. Do remember, if you want to book in for the Return to Wholeness package, try to do so before the 1st of January because you will get the early bird pricing for that. All the information is in my website and you can book that on the Let's Talk page on my website. Check that out. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Hello, Foxglove friends. Welcome. This is Pal 3. So, you have chosen a new romantic cycle begins, and we are looking at what magical miracle is coming in for you, Foxglove friend. So, this card says if there's a new relationship coming into play, it is going to be harmonious, it's going to be positive. It says that the Libra element is all about harmony, love, negotiation, and relationships. It's kind and it's aiming for balance. So it could be to do with business partnerships, or just it's telling you that as part of whatever you're doing, work with somebody else to do it. So whether it is a romantic relationship or whether it's actually a partnership in some way, this is a positive and auspicious card about working with somebody else. Now, what is interesting about this card is that it stuck behind it was a second card. Work through your fears. So there may be fears around connection with others. There may be fears around starting a business or a business venture with somebody else, or working with in partnership with somebody in some way, or there may be fears around a new romantic relationship, and that is very understandable, because what tends to happen is if we get into a new relationship of any sort, it can push on fears of experiences that we've had in the past. But this is asking you to work through those fears, because whatever partnership it is that you're looking at, it is positive and it's going to serve you well. It's going to be a positive step forward, and it is for you to work through your fears and not to blame this situation, but to recognise that it's just triggering fears in you so that you can heal them and release them and move forward in a positive way. So I'm going to put those two there like that, and we shall get a few cards about what has been happening for you, just to get a bit of a foundational understanding of what's been going on. So what's been going on for pile 3, please, Spirit? What has been going on for pile 3? Oh, interesting. There's been an awful lot of travel going on in these readings. So whether it's been an internal element of travel, that you have gone through a lot of changes, a lot of understanding about yourself, or it might, some sort of journey. It might also be that you've literally travelled from different countries or to different places or different locations as part of getting to this point within this relationship now. And I love the fact that this card is quite festive. You may have gone to festive events or different things like that. Something about travel or a trip has been life-changing. So you may have met somebody on a trip, you may have moved to be with somebody, or you may have moved location that's enabled you to meet somebody who's very auspicious in your life, whether that's a business partnership or friendship or romantic relationship. Let's see what else has been going on for you, Foxglove friend. Spirit, what has been going on for pile 3, please? What has been going on for pile 3? Wow, that's pretty intense, isn't it? Wolf instinct. So, you have, well, I want to say there's a degree of having to climb a mountain. So it might be that you've had to go through a lot to get here, but you've stuck to the path because you felt it's the right thing to do. Wolves may be auspicious for you anyway, pile 3. Just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. but I feel like it's maybe been quite a difficult journey for you to actually get here. Maybe you've been isolated and alone in either your beliefs about certain things, about your scenario, or about your own beliefs, or you've spent a lot of time alone, either in the mountains or just in reality in your life, and you've had to follow your instincts to get to where you are now. Let me get another card, one more card about what's been going on in the past for you. So, it feels like where we're at now is safer than you think, is what I want to say, pile 3. Where you're at now with another person, in whatever way it is, because you've been through difficult things in the past, there's a fear that it's going to be difficult going forward, but it's maybe not as bad as you think, if not bad at all. Let's have a look what else has been going on for pile 3, please, Spirit. Okay, so there's something that's been going on where you've had all sorts of ideas. It's opened up a world of potential for you. Either that, or you've been exploring the potential of different things in life, but you've had all sorts of ideas about what you want to do, how you want to engage, if it is already that you've met this person, they may have opened your world so that because sometimes if we're alone, we can be a bit focused on doing things that we think we're sorry, that might have made the camera go a bit funny then. Let me hold them up both together. If we've spent a lot of time alone, or we've been through hardships and we've been through a tough time and we've had mountains to climb, metaphorically or actually in reality, then, it can seem a bit grey, because that is grey, is what I want to say. Whereas having somebody new come into your life can open up a world of colour, can open up a world of possibility, of all the lovely things. And in these cups are so many lovely things. We've got the mistletoe, which is about connection and showing affection. We've got the cinnamon, which is the sweetness, the gingerbread man. I think that might be either a sunflower or the sun in that cup there. I don't know what is the pine. We've got all sorts of lovely, lovely things in those cups, and it's opened up a world of possibility for you, which is absolutely wonderful. So, Spirit, what is the magical miracle? I feel like the magical miracle is the connection that you've got with this other person, whether they're here already or not. It is part of the magical miracle that has come into your life, pile 3. If there's a lot of fears going on, you might not necessarily feel like that. Assertiveness. Okay, so part of what's coming up is interesting, because I mentioned about people maybe not believing in what you're doing. This is asking you to stand up for what you are doing. Be positive about what you're doing, or speak honestly to the person that's part of this partnership, or other people on the outskirts who are unsure of what you're doing. Say honestly and openly what your beliefs are, what you feel like is your truth, so that you're not only setting positive boundaries within this partnership, but also that other people around you can see that what you're doing is credible, that you are credible, that you're making a choice that you believe in. So let go of the wobble of fear and embrace the choices that you've made, or how you're connecting with this other person. If you don't want to do something, say, I don't want to do that. And that's absolutely fine and fair enough. That is your entitlement. And if you do want to do something, do say that you want to do it. Be really clear with your communication, be really, you might have a Gemini involved here. Just putting that out there if it resonates. If it resonates for you, take that. If it, leave it behind if it doesn't. But Gemini is very much about communication. We are in the full moon in Gemini, so that might be why this is coming up as well, because Geminis are very much about communication, and clear communication is so effective in all relationships, whether this is with the new partnership or the people around you. It is so important for you to feel empowered enough to speak your truth in all directions. My Foxglove friend. Now then, let me get another card about what is coming up for you. What is the magical miracle that is coming in? Let's get some more information about what's coming in for pile 3, please. Okie dokie, your commitment is being tested. So that's interesting that it ties in with this assertiveness card. Is that going to fit? Sorry if that's slightly not quite fitting. It's because we've got a bit of an extra card going here that I didn't expect. So your commitment is being tested. So if things are coming up for you and people are questioning you or pushing at you, it's important at this time to go, right, this is positive for me, even if there's bits and bobs that are difficult for me to navigate. It's about learning how to say what is correct for you, about standing up for what your boundaries are, clear communication, and ensuring that you are fully committed to this situation, because this is a validation that this is the right path for you. But you may be having kind of, I can't remember what the right wording is, but the hurdles at the very beginning. Sometimes it's, it can be about learning each other, about learning what's acceptable, about learning how to engage with each other, so that once you both become aware of what is okay and what is not okay to the other person, then as you go forward and you start to respect those boundaries, it gets so much easier. So there is an element here about the commitment to this scenario that's being tested, which is very, very interesting. What else? I want to get you some advice cards. So I think the magical miracle is this connection, pile 3. It's the connection itself. It's been fated. It's divinely guided into your life. And that may be bringing up lots of different elements for you in positive and what feels like kind of negative. Oh, sorry, that's sticking in the corner there. I didn't realise. In positive and negative aspects for you, but it's because when we open up to something that's new, it is going to bring up things for healing, because the light of love shines on the dark areas within us so that we can heal those elements. Pile 3. First advice card. Sometimes our best choice is observation. So rather than taking, so I always say observe rather than absorb. So if you see somebody going through something or they're behaving in a certain way, rather than taking it on as, they're doing this to me, how dare they, that is upsetting, rather than recognising that they're doing it to you, try to observe what they're doing and recognise why they're doing it for them. So the presenting problem is often not actually the problem itself. So if somebody's reacting to something in a certain way and you feel hurt by that, they're probably reacting to something from the past that you have mildly pushed upon, or that you may have strongly pushed upon without the intention of hurting someone. But just allow yourself to observe what's going on, because you may start to recognize that certain things are sensitive for them. Certain things, sorry, I was just looking what fell out then. You get to choose. So it's about making sure that you have your say in what you want, and that you matter just as much as the other person. I feel like we want one more of these. Interesting. I love these cards. These are the This Moment cards, which are listed in the description section. Laugh often. Okay, so try and be a bit more light-hearted. You know, we can take things and see them and go, oh my goodness, this has just happened and it's the worst thing in the world. And we can get into a bit of a habit of that if we're not careful. But you can light-heartedly laugh about somebody's behaviour and even easily point it out in that way by making a bit of lightness about it, you know, like ha ha ha. I don't even know what the example is now. But you know, laugh about it in an endearing fashion. So there were books I read, was it, you know, there's certain times when I've recognised that even if somebody has what seems like a negative trait, it's respected and also recognised in an endearing fashion. So if somebody's got rather a bit fiery, you know, it could be like, oh my goodness, that person is so passionate all the time about, you know, certain things in life. And that's kind of a positive way of looking at things. Or, oh my goodness, that person really likes to have control of that situation, but sort of laugh about it a little bit so that they can also laugh about it, and it breaks the edges of it sort of breaks the edges of something that becomes very tense, so that it's lighter and it's not so scary and it's not such a big deal. It's all about perception in life, pile 3. Right, I'm going to get you some bigger cards now. Spirit, can we have some cards for pile 3 about the magical miracle that is happening for them? So this connection is the magical miracle, because it's helping you. It's taken you out of isolation, and it's come in as part of the reward towards difficult times that you've gone through. But there might be a few little hurdles to get through with this. But it is positive, and it's about you having more self-love, self-worth and self-value within this connection. Beauty and the Beast, unconditional love. Unconditional love. Now, this is very interesting, because this card is all about still loving each other when there are differences. So you can see this, the stereotypically beautiful, I don't know if she's an elf or if they are sort of like an elemental being. And then we've got all these sort of little goblin-y green beings here. They love each other even though they're totally different. These little goblin-y creatures are possibly about 3 feet high. This beautiful person is about 6 foot high in comparison. Do you know what I mean? They're green. She's got a paler complexion and hair. They've got different ways of being. However, they still love each other and appreciate each other for who they are. And that's what this is about. It's about relinquishing judgment and embracing the differences. So that is what's coming up for you, pal 3. Let's get another card. What else does pal 3 need to know, please? That will stand you in good stead. So try to recognise that God is within each of us, basically. That I was doing so well. Luna barked a little bit then, so I do apologise. I had to cut a tiny bit out. But this card is about recognising that relinquishing separateness. So when we start to recognise separateness, that we're different, and this is part of the problem in society as a whole, really, that when we start to identify differences and how we are different and how that separates us, that's when things fall down. That's when things start to go wrong. If we start to recognise how we're the same, that we're all people doing the best we can with what we've been given, that we all have fears, insecurities, that we all need love and support and compassion, and all those sorts of things. If we start to recognise all of that, it helps us to love other humans unconditionally, and on a bigger scale, we can love humanity, we can love humans even if we don't like their behaviours, and it's about having that love in your heart rather than recognising what's different. Right, let me see what else there is for you, pile 3. Let's have a little bit of Christmas music as I'm shuffling. Do some research. Interesting. So there might be something about finding out more about this person. So if this person is very new to your life, I don't know why I struggled to find that word then. If this person is very new to your life or to your environment, then be open to being inquisitive about who they are, about things that they've been through in the past, about their loves, about their likes, about, you might even want to look up reviews about them or check them out on social media, things like that, so that you do understand them more, so that you can be more familiar about what's going on in their life. Let me just see. I'm going to get one of these cards for you as well about what's coming up. Yeah, take time to breathe out. So just slow down a little bit, pile 3. Allow yourself to, there's no rush with this situation. So sometimes if we have a nervous attachment style, or if we have any abandonment issues, or even if something seems really good and we want to secure it, we don't need to rush, because what is meant for us won't pass us by, pile 3. If this connection is divinely led, which it's suggesting it is, then we don't need to panic about losing it, because it will be in our life for as long as it's meant to be, to help us to learn our soul lessons, but also to bring us elements of joy and support and love and kindness. It is the magical miracle that's come in for you, because it's a gift of happiness if you allow yourself to receive that and accept it. So just remember to calm your nervous system and take some nice deep breaths, so that you can navigate through this in a lighter, more positive, the laughter. Allow yourself to laugh often. I think what's happening as part of this is, it just seems like there's quite a lot of fears that keep cropping up because of things that have happened in the past, and it's sort of showing you need to step away from that. It's becoming, sometimes when we have a new person in our lives, they can become the enemy we can make them the enemy when they're not. They're here to be a joyous addition to our world, not the enemy. It's just that our vulnerability, because we feel that connection with them, can open us up to fears and hurts that we've experienced in the past. And we just need to clear those and lighten up a little bit about the challenges within it. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what I wanted was a final outcome for this. There, if you are struggling and you are having difficulties within this connection, a resolution is going to come to fruition. Things will get better if you're just going through a bumpy patch. Pile 3. I'm going to have a little look in the book just to get you, because there's an affirmation that goes with the resolution card, and I want to make sure you get that. Hold on. So, where is it? So the affirmation is, if I can find it, here we are. The affirmation is, I express my feelings honestly and lovingly. I respect the feelings and opinions of others. My loving connection with others grows stronger each day. That is so perfect. Because it's saying that there can be more arguments or conflict on the horizon, but it's because of all these different reasons that need to recognize that rather than the separateness, it's about understanding the other person, taking time to breathe, allowing yourself to be calm, and allowing yourself to have a say and to speak your truth so that you are heard, because it is going to get better, but you need to allow yourself to be truly honest. Sometimes we are afraid to speak our own inner truth, and then the other person knows that we're holding something back, and that sparks fears within them, and which then sparks fears within us. Kindly and lovingly speak your honest truth without blame. So you can always say, this scenario has triggered something within me that's made these emotions come to the surface. I would really like you to help me understand this and to help heal from this so that we can have a stronger connection together, because I want, for us to be in a happy and positive space. But basically, this is a positive outcome, that you'll feel lighter and brighter, because sometimes we need to have that bit of an argument to clear the air, to get our truth out there so that we do understand each other better. And maybe the research might be to do with getting the support of a therapist or life coach, and you can work with me on those things. I do work with people in relationships as well. It's all on my website, which is in the link. But it's showing you that it says this will make you feel more comfortable in all of your relationships and give you the courage to get closer to others without fear of being hurt, once you learn to trust yourself and others more, so that you've got a bigger sense of emotional safety. Now, just on the back of that, I did say at the start, and I don't know if you caught it or not, I am doing a special offer at the minute. If you book in before the 1st of January, I've got a life-changing package of a 10-week course that's one-to-one with me. It's not pre-recorded, so you'll work with me directly, and the package is called Return to Wholeness. We clear away anger, sadness, fear, hurt and guilt from now all the way back through the past. We look at your values, we change repeat patterns in your subconscious and conscious and unconscious mind. So I work as a therapist. I'm a neurolinguistic programming master. I've got the spiritual tools, holistic techniques, all sorts of things. So we'll do past life regressions, connect you to your soul and higher self elements more. Inner child work so much so that you can clear away anything that doesn't serve you and bring positive things into the future. And that sounds like it could really, really help with this scenario that you're in now, so that you can have a stronger and more loving connection without things from the past being raised and without repeating similar patterns, so that you can step into this magical miracle knowing that you feel more at peace and more open to love in your heart. So if you do want to work with me on that, you can book in with me on the Let's Talk page, and the details are in the Return to Wholeness section of my website, which is all in the description. If you liked this video, please do like and subscribe, because I'd love to see you again, Foxglove friend. I wish you all the best for the festive season. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Goodbye.